Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a few days since we posted. I've been traveling a lot, back in the states of Minnesota, back home. So we're finally back. We got a banger video for you guys here today. Gonna go get some pasture-raised eggs at a local farm. Talk a little bit about nutrition and health and how to optimize your diet. And then, yeah, just kind of update it. I'm a little low energy, haven't got the best sleep lately. Cortisol levels are through the roof. I drove home, hit a blizzard. It was stressful. Cars in the ditch. Thought I was gonna die. And whenever my cortisol is super high and I don't get any sleep, because I probably got 4 hours the one night, 4 hours the next night, and then last night 6 maybe. So we've got to fix that. Obviously, we're gonna get that back under control. But sometimes you can't control the situation. So anytime my cortisol's high as shit, or I freaking am not getting sleep, I get brain fog for one. I definitely don't feel as sparky this morning, but that'll be fixed tomorrow. And then I always get acne right in these two spots anytime my cortisol's high or I don't get sleep. So it just instantly shows that you need to get good sleep. You need to keep your cortisol low, control your cortisol levels, and just not be as stressed. But it's been a stressful few days. So we're dealing with it, but still eating aggressive diet, still doing all the good things. So this will be gone in no time. Brain fog will be gone in no time. And we will be back on track. I mean, you guys already know, you got to get right with the butter, organic coffee. Make sure you're getting organic coffee, grounds, or beans. If you don't, most likely spraying pesticides, it's going to lower your tests. So if you're going to do stimulants, do black coffee. Make sure it's organic. You put some butter in there, let it melt. So you absorb the caffeine slower. You don't spike, and then you don't crash. So butter in the coffee, black coffee only. You don't need sweeteners. You don't need milks unless you put some raw milk in. You don't need the almond and the soy milks. Just extremely estrogenic. You guys don't need that stuff. This is all you need for your stimulants and energy. Black coffee, butter. And have it about 2 hours after you wake up, or at least an hour and a half, so your cortisol levels aren't affected as bad. Because if you just wake up and instantly consume caffeine, you're cooking your cortisol levels. See, this is the best part when you guys pull up to, local farms. Dude, kitty. Like, guys, look at this, man. So this is where you got to get eggs and beef and all that stuff. Come to like local farms like this because, as you can see, and we're in Minnesota, obviously, very cold out, but, they're outside. See, these are like healthy cows, and the chickens are probably somewhere inside just because it's cold, but it's like they're getting sunlight, they're getting grass, and that's why they produce good beef versus the ones that they keep, you've seen those big slaughterhouses where they're all inside, walking around their own feces, can barely get any exercise. Like, these ones are just like little calves and stuff. That's why they're in these like containment things, but like they're all out. They're all free range. They're all moving around. Cats are hanging out too, man. It's freaking sweet. What up, brother? Like, look at this. Come over here. Give him a little pat. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you, but it's like, this is God's creation right here. It's all right. Look. See? Look at that. Freaking goat over there. Yo, goat. Goated. Goat milk's awesome, by the way, too, guys. Goat milk's awesome, but this is God's creation right here. Eventually I will eat this, and I'm very blessed that I get to. Hey, because at the end of the day, come on, give me another lick. Come on. Because at the end of the day, it's God's creation, right? This animal is going to sacrifice its life so I can, live, right? That's just how it works. So you got to recognize God's blessings in your life and all that good stuff, because God is constantly blessing you. Oh yeah, that's the Holy Grail. We're getting 3 of those. And then get some raw honey for the pre-workout and right before bed, the spike test. And then gonna get some pure maple syrup as well for the carbs. All right, here's the haul. 30 eggs, pasture raised. Chickens are out eating worms, eating bugs, not being fed corn, soy. So these are going to be the best eggs, most micronutrients you can get. We got pure honey. Yeah, it's in plastic. They didn't have any, bottle or glass and stuff. So maybe a little bit microplastics, but not too bad there. This is in glass. We got the pure maple syrup. So we got our carbs and we are dialed. You guys, at the end of the day, you can go to the store, you can get all this stuff, but you never know, right? You never know. The eggs, even if they come out orange yolks, they might be feeding those chickens turmerics. And the honey at the store is bullshit. The maple syrup at the store is bullshit. You got to get stuff that is raised locally in your region. That's the best food you want, because the chickens are getting the same sunlight you get. And then the honey with the bees, they pollinate the flowers and stuff that are in your area, so you don't get allergic to all that stuff. And then obviously the maple syrup being local too is amazing. But the whole point is to get organic. There's no pesticides on any of this. There's no bullshit in any of this. Chickens are just out roaming. This is the best you can get. Best you can get. Local farms, farmers markets. Go to that stuff. It's way better than the stores. And it's cheaper. It's way cheaper. All those eggs. Wait a minute. That's 90 eggs. 90 eggs, guys. I think I said 30 before. It's $30 for 90 eggs. You're not going to see that at the store. And this is the best version of eggs. So invest in yourself, invest in your health, and then you'll get wealth. All right, we're going to try some of the raw honey. Now, usually I'll just have raw honey right before a workout and then before bed, but dude, we got to try it. Oh my. That is extremely gas-packed. And you can tell that it's raw honey. There's no added sugar. There's no added bullshit. It's raw freaking honey, and that's how you're going to get the benefits. Oh yeah, guys, there it is. Pound of ground beef, 100% grass-fed with 6 pasture-raised eggs. If you eat this, you're going to be way too jacked and way too shredded. Guys, we got the absolute cheat. After every meal, eat some organic frozen mango chunks, and you're going to feel full. Helps you feel a little fuller. Good source of carbs. No pesticides on this. Super gas pack. All right, guys, so to wrap up today's video, I'm going to do 3 bad foods that you're eating that are holding you back, and then 3 good foods you need to eat. Now, I could say junk food, I could say sugar, but we already know that. I'm going to do 3 things that I used to eat that I thought was healthy because all the influencers, everyone was saying, oh, these are healthy foods, they're going to get you jacked, they're going to keep you healthy. But in the end, no, they aren't, because they weren't. And once I cut them out, I got jacked and shredded. So we'll go with the good and the bad. Starting with the bad, the first one, pretty simple, oats. Oats have been, everyone's like, oh, oats are amazing. Great protein source, fiber, all this bullshit. But the thing with oats, super estrogenic, sprayed with pesticides, phytoestrogens, what's going to happen is your gut's not going to know how to process oats. So you're not actually going to get the protein from the oats, or not as much, it's not as bioavailable. And then the issue is going to be your gut is going to be cooked, because it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do with oats? Oats are bullshit. They're cheap to make, so they're easy to sell, so everyone says they're healthy for you, but in reality, they're not. So don't put your oats in protein shakes. Don't eat porridge or oatmeal. It's old bullshit. It's peasant food. Just get meat. So the first one for good is very, very obvious. Eggs. Just bought a shit ton of them because super micronutrient dense, high in cholesterol, good in protein. If you want high tests, if you want to be jacked and shredded, you got to eat eggs because cholesterol is the building block for testosterone. So if you want high tests, eat more eggs. I eat 8 to 12 a day. Don't be afraid of them. If you eat a clean whole foods diet, don't be afraid of cholesterol. But if you do bullshit, you beat off, drink, all that bullshit, eat processed foods, you can't eat the whole foods diet, really, because you're just too much uric acid buildup. So sacrifices. Do you want to be jacked and shredded and have a good mind? Or do you want to eat this bullshit and then not be able to eat the good stuff and be a loser? So it comes down to what you want. So the next one for bad is going to be what I call scam proteins. Or maybe it's IENS, whatever. Scam proteins. The issue is scam proteins, protein powder, protein cookies, whey protein, pea protein, all the things nowadays that say they have protein in them. Oh, I made a protein muffin. I made all this. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Why would milk have a shelf life? Why would milk be pasteurized in the first place? And then why would it have a shelf life for whey protein? You think your gut is going to know what to do with that? Oh, but it says 30 grams of protein in a scoop. It's not as bioavailable as protein from red meat. Red meat's going to get all your creatine, all your hem iron, all your micronutrients, and your actual real protein that your body, that your gut knows how to digest. Your gut is not going to digest scam proteins. I used to have protein powders all the time. I would have like 2 protein shakes a day, one before bed, one after a workout, and my gut was destroyed. I was bloated, inflamed all the time. I had no idea why. Oh, maybe because my gut doesn't know what protein synthetically made in a lab is. Like pea protein. Pea protein, bullshit, guys. Come on. Come on. Red meat is solid. Red meat is what's going to keep you going. It's going to make your mind sharp. A lot of people are like, oh, if you eat meat, you get brain fog. Dude, what? Make sure if you can get grass-fed beef, that's the best option. If you can't afford that yet, just get, regular beef at the store, the cheapest version. Still going to be better than any of the chicken, turkey, fish, all those other options. Red meat is mandatory. Now, for the last bad. I've got a few in my mind that I'm thinking we could do. But I'm going to do one that might be a shocker. Veggies. Oxalates, defense chemicals. It's going to tear up your gut. It's going to tear up your gut. You don't need, if you're out in the wild as a human and you look in the ground, there's like some leaves and shit. Why the hell are you going to eat that? You're not, because it's bullshit. Humans actually aren't supposed to eat vegetables. Yeah, there's a bunch of studies. There's a bunch of bullshit out there about vegetables. I haven't eaten like vegetables in a shit long time. And I'm healthier than most people. Okay? So you guys need to recognize one thing. Veggies are really not that good for you. They're easy to grow. They're easy to sell. So, of course, all of the top people are going to say that they're good for you. But the defense chemicals that vegetables don't have arms and legs, so they can't defend themselves. So they created defense chemicals. So when you eat it, your gut gets fucked. Your gut gets destroyed. So veggies are bad. And then the last good thing, let's see, what could be something that a lot of people might not know is super good for you. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to do one of my favorite hacks. Frozen fruit. Frozen fruit is freaking goated. I eat frozen fruit a little bit before workout and then after my meals because it just keeps me full. It's good to have carbs so your cortisol stays even. So having some frozen fruit is actually really good for you. Make sure it's organic so it's not sprayed with pesticides so you don't lower your test. So that's 3 foods that everyone says is healthy but actually isn't. And then 3 foods that you need to eat if you want to get jacked and shredded and be at your best. Thank you guys for watching the video. Catch you tomorrow.